going on, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in. It is bright and early on a Wednesday, and yet the internet never sleeps. I tell you what, there's a lot of things that I'm going to miss about Kevin Durant being in Phoenix. He's a top 15 probably player all time, one of the greatest scorers this league's ever seen, a 7-footer that can score at 3 levels, shoot over anybody. I'm not going to miss him on Twitter. For as incredible a talent as this guy is, he is one of the most sensitive, borderline insecure in a lot of ways, professional athletes, maybe ever. At least he vocalizes his insecurities a lot more than almost anyone else, or at least puts them out there on display. He doesn't always recognize them as insecurities. He just is more than willing to get into these little Twitter feuds with random everyday people. And he does it all the time. So not sure you saw this, but bright and early this morning, this man's Twitter fingers were going off on just random fans, on random things. I'm sure he just searched his name and decided he was going to start doing hit the caps lock, hit reply all, and was just going to go at anybody that had anything to say that he didn't agree with. So let's just go through a list of some of the biggest hits from this morning. As Kevin Durant has some conversations, we'll call them, with fans. Random guy named Drew says, if KD doesn't even make the finals these next 2 years, I don't want to hear him in a top 5 conversation ever again. Not win it, just make it. He's a ring chaser. Kevin Durant in reply, shut up, Drew. Nobody cares that you exist. Okay. Perhaps, but you know that I exist. Drew responds with that. Kevin Durant responds to that. You will be erased from my memory by 1 p.m. Guarantee it. You are one out of millions. You aren't special, Drew. I mean, like, yeah, he's just a regular dude out there on Twitter. But why are you responding? Why are you going at fans if you're KD? Like, just all the time. This is incessant with him. And it's coming from one of the greatest to ever do it. And this is a representation of this era of basketball. It's ridiculous. Let's keep going, shall we? Different guy. KD, you have no shame. You didn't do anything. You walked out on OKC. If anyone deserves credit, it was Russ. He was the one to recruit Paul George, and he was loyal enough to request a trade and let OKC get some picks back. KD's response, stop crying. You're lame. Okay. Guy responds back, basically saying that he's going to fail with the Rockets. He should humble himself and should have joined Curry at the deadline. Kevin Durant responds, your mom hates you and you haven't succeeded at anything. These are so brutal assaults on trash talk. Ain't got nothing. It's just like you're bad at life. It's a little funny. A little funny. Not a lot, just a little. But it's a little, why are we also here? Like, yeah, just, why you responded in the first place? Another one. How about that? It's a picture that's got Tim Duncan, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Durant, and Shaq, and says, who's coming off the bench? And one guy quoted that picture and said, there's an imposter, and that's KD. KD responds with, none of them can guard me. How about that? I actually don't mind that one. It's not really going at the fans, just saying, like, hey, I can score. But what's it? Why? Why are we just doing this? Like, there's so many things with this. He's always like this. He's so sensitive and insecure. If someone could just get to his phone and delete Twitter, it would do so much for his legacy, for so much for the way that he's kind of remembered, because he does this, and inevitably people like me and people on much, much bigger platforms like Stephen A. and all these other NBA pundits got to at least talk about it, because it ain't great. And then he becomes known as the guy that's kind of insecure about his spot in history, and a guy that once upon a time got caught with a burner account and this, that, and the other. I'm not going to miss this. I'm not going to miss that portion of him in Phoenix. The on-court stuff was incredible. The off-court stuff, though, is like juvenile high school drama. And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't got the energy for that kind of thing anymore. It's just random fans. These guys ain't going to do nothing in life, like as far as impacting the way that we remember basketball and everything like that. They're just fans. They're going to say a lot of wild stuff. That's what fans do. It's short for fanatical. You react in a wild way. They're emotional. But no one, when they're referencing where KD should fall in the top 25, is going to look up this random guy's Twitter handle and be like, hey, let's see what Drew's got to say. But there's an element to KD's legacy that's going to be this dude wild out on Twitter all the time. I'm not going to miss that. I don't connect with that brand of people and kind of era of people right now. Not going to miss it. You guys, was it entertaining for fans at all? Seeing him, like, he did have some good back and forth as far as actual basketball knowledge and stuff with fans. That part's cool. I can't imagine even fans like seeing, unless you're the guy that's poking the bear and want to get a reaction out of him. Like, if you were this is an honest question. If you were a Suns fan and you saw when he used to do all this kind of stuff, did that not bother you, or was that just you actually liked the way that he had some competitive fire? Maybe is that the way you looked at it? Because I didn't love it. I didn't love talking about it, and you couldn't avoid it. So let me know what you guys think on that. I'm genuinely curious because it would have drove me up a wall.